Don't get me wrong, it probably still has good cards left. Making that taller is really not going to help very much, because we can just kill it instantly. Go lock. It's got 2 statuses now. Drop this. Kill off the token. We poison, and he can't get any more value off his leader. Like, we shut down the Symbiosis pretty hard. We're up by 53, and we have a ton of control set up. He's trying, but it's sadly for him just not going to be enough. Today, we're going to be playing Lockdown. Now, I know that's a terrible idea, but we haven't played Lockdown in a while, and I try to play all the leader abilities. So for Lockdown, oops, that's Collar. Collar's a good card. Order. Disable your opponent's leader ability for the duration of the round. They have no charges left or it's on cooldown. Spawn 2 operatives. The operatives are 3s. We have 14 provisions. So, when is Lockdown good? It's good if you need to end a leader ability for a round. So say they save, say for example they're running Sir Scratch a lot, and you play Lockdown so they can't copy or kill the Arrakis Queen. That's pretty good, actually. It's also decent against stuff like the Elven Deadeyes, if they save the Deadeyes for round 3, or against something else that needs to save leader charges for a specific round. However, you need to have round control for this to work. And if they have multiple charges on their leader, they can leave 1 charge, which means you block them from getting 1 charge with this and don't get the operatives, which is really poor value. So it's just... Okay, I'm trying to make it sound like there's options for this thing. It's just not good. But I felt like playing it, so we're playing it. We're going to go Collar, because Collar is good. And now as far as to make the deck actually work here, we're going to try and synergize somewhat. We have the Masquerade Ball, because Masquerade Ball is good. It's a power card. When we don't have a good leader like this, we need to use power cards. So I went Masquerade Ball. Then I went Triss and Yennefer. Yennefer here is fun. It's fun to synergize with Masquerade Ball, because you're actually spawning stuff here, which is nice. And then the Mushy Truffle and Illusionist, of course, we have. Then we've got Triss Meteor Shower. The idea here is stuff like Masquerade Ball, Blightmaker, and we're running Hunting Pack as well. Stuff like that, it fills up a row pretty quickly with units. And even if they're not big units, it's still worth Meteor Showering them because it gives you a whole bunch of points. So hopefully we win a round with Triss Meteor Shower and then win a round with Masquerade Ball Illusionist. That is the plan. We've got Heat Wave, Mushy Truffle for Illusionist stuff, Invocation. I went Triangle, then a Triangle. This 8 provision slot is free. This can be whatever you want. You could run Bribery if you want to. I just didn't know what else to run. And I like Triangle, then a Triangle. It's really good hitting it on Meteor Shower or Yennefer. It's also good removal. I like removal, so we put it in here. Then we got poison stuff. So Felipe Van Morlehelm, the Cupbearer. Then I actually went with the Fangs of the Empire and the Van Morlehelm Servants down here. Also threw in the Hunters for Aristocrats. So we do have a lot of control in here. We got the Hunting Packs for thinning, the Thirsty Dames to trigger our Masquerade Ball. Also, they're really good here with Felipe Van Morlehelm and all these poisons. And the Van Morlehelm Servants. Hopefully we can do something with those. We got the Mage Assassins and the Illusionist. So this is the deck. Now, I'm not going to tell you this is the strongest deck or a very good deck, but I want to test it out because I think people even when something's bad, I think people tend to underestimate it and you still win with it. So let's go find out if that is the case or not. Our first game here, then, we have Shieldwall. Hunting Pack's pretty good. Illusionist. The Illusionist will be nice if we manage to kill something this round, because we can actually revive stuff. And Knights have some really good cards to bring back, if it's Knights. But if you see Knights in most Northern Realms decks that aren't playing something like Mages or Renfri's Gang Spam. We don't have a great first play, honestly. We'll just throw this down. He might unsafe it with the Shieldwall. If not, we should be able to do something. And if he goes with the Margarita, he does have the 1 lock. We do have our Purify in our hand and the Cupbearer. So that should be pretty good. It's an Onomancy right into the Knight scenario. Well, we have a Heat Wave in our hand. We're not going to get a better Heat Wave target than this. So that's what we'll do. He's going to play a Shieldwall to that. I was thinking about collaring it, but I think we'll just lock it with this guy. Since it has that shield, it's the first status. We can just lock it with Felipe. I think he may have overlooked that. And from here, we should be pretty good. He's going to throw this one down. This one we will collar, probably. Yeah, we can collar and then play Hunting Pack. We could try and kill this and then get our... just to set up Illusionist. I think we will go with a collar. And we could also put down a poison. We could kill off this first one with the poisons. I like that idea. We can always Hunting Pack later. If we just do this, it means Illusionists are now live. And anything with an order is pretty good to bring back with Illusionist. We don't run Nilfgaardian Knight. Okay, now he's going to go with a Shieldwall on Sace. Interesting. I'm guessing he wanted to boost that with the... what's it called? Wow, I forgot his name. The Squire. Like, he probably wanted to Squire that instead of doing this. We'll throw down the Hunting Pack now. Keep a little tempo advantage. He might pass. We're running... Our lockdown here is really not going to do much. That doesn't do anything. Just a 1 per turn. Trying to get a Erendite boosted, it looks like. We could go Mushy Truffle and Illusionists. I don't hate it. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. We also probably should have played our Hunting Pack in the same row as our Poison guy, but what are you gonna do? First game. And it's not that big a deal. We don't really want to play Triss anyway. That's just like, if we're gonna play Triss, we should have done that. So go Arcane Tome. So it's definitely an Erendite deck. He's gonna boost this guy. That makes sense. The damage from the self is now blocked by the armor. That's kind of neat. It's a neat use of the warfare there. I don't think we want to give him the Arcane Tome back. I think we just play our Illusionists after we take this. It's not bad to leave that out. Well, it's like setting 1 point a turn basically until the armor runs out. But he could boost the ones next to it with like a Sorceress to start getting it boosted. But I'd rather just take the Knight, not worry about it. There's a Sorceress. That infused ability is locked, actually. I kind of overlooked that. He doesn't actually get any points on it. Shields the shield. Let's throw an Illusionist here. We'll keep up the pressure. There's another Knight Errant. Now, that is pretty good for him, but I think we'll... Oh, we should click this first. I'll go with our last Illusionist here. Got a lot of space on these rows. Do that Purify. Debating if we're going to use it or not. I'm going to rip the shield off of that guy. We could just go Triss. Meteor Shower. I think we will. That should secure the round. It's pretty good. I think he'll pass here. Well, you never know with Knight Errant. It's a pretty high value card. And Sorceress. But he needs 22. That's a lot. And you have to keep in mind, we already did banish his scenario. And he probably has an Erendite. So he won't want to keep playing down points like this. And there's the pass. We'll also pass. And ideally we draw our Masquerade Ball into a round 2 push as well. He's got no scenario. We want to make sure Erendite stays small. Should be alright if we do this push. There is a Aristocrat. That's nice. That's not great. We could move a lock, but... Okay, so we've got Masquerade Ball with 1 Aristocrat. The thing is, he probably has a Heat Wave. So, like, if we play the Masquerade Ball, it gets Heat Waved. There's no way he's not running Heat Wave. Yeah, he's totally running Heat Wave. We'll probably just Ownermancy into it and banish this, so the fact that we can't double trigger it doesn't matter. Just really won't trigger it at all. See? Told you. Let's just drop down the Hunter here. In my experience, people who run scenarios are the same people who always have a Heat Wave in their deck to banish an enemy scenario. In my experience, at least. We're gonna throw a poison here. He's waiting for that last shield wall charge. Oh, he's gonna use it. Chill his fangs of the Empire down. We'll boost this. Oh, we should have waited to boost. We get an extra point on the assimilate if we play Cupbearer first. But I honestly don't think it really matters here. We'll poison this guy. And I'm pretty sure we've won this, which is why I'm not too concerned about the order of those two guys. We should have cared about the order, but we didn't. He is 27, and he's not going to have it. His Aaron dice can be like a 5. There's no Golden Necker. His scenario's gone. Like, maybe he's got a King Rognar, but it's only going to be like a 10. It is King Rognar, and it's a 10. So that's going to be a GG. Take this first game down pretty easily, in all honesty. Going up against Deadeye Ambush, this is one where we might have some use from our leader. I did change our card back to the official partner card back in between games. I realized we weren't using that, so that's funny. Now, as far as this matchup here, none of this is really looking great. Yeah. Illusionist is nice here, though. Illusionist, we have... Yeah, for Illusionist, combos really well with Illusionist. We have 2 spawns plus her. The thing is, there's nothing in his graveyard to actually make these, so we don't have a lot of control this round. We're probably just going to have to go Blightmaker. Maybe triangle within a triangle something. Try and figure out a way to do this here. We do want to lock Vanadane. We do have these servants, though, so really, if we can get some poisons out, that would be ideal. I think we'll just go... This is a lock, and it gives our Felipe the Zeal. So I think we'll do this. We have a vampire out for his Zeal. I'm going to get answered. So we want to use him in combination with stuff. There's Vanadane. We'll just go with a servant here. Just move this lock over. Not the most value, but we want to deny him those extra points here. It's unlikely we can actually contest this round, but we'll try anyway, at least to keep up a little amount here. So we can actually kill a unit here with illusion and then use Illusionist, but the base power is only a 2, so it's not really something I'd want to do. Instead, I think we'll just go with the Blightmaker. It's a safe play, thins our deck, obviously that's good. It's a good target to hit. So we get the Waylays coming in now. Not really surprising. Now we could go with our Thirsty Dame. She's gonna hit by a Waylay though. Of course, once he uses the Waylay, he might not have another removal. We're down 11. Go play the Thirsty Dame here.
A taste of Nordling, is it?
She's gonna go down to 1. He probably has a way to kill her. So what we're gonna do... So we're going to play this guy.
Let us put an end to this nonsense, this farce.
So we give Doomed if our Ahri's Assassin locks, so we don't want to lock this. We want to Doom something else. Occasionally they run Renew Vanadane, so giving Doom to that would be nice, but we're not going to bother. There's the Alyssa. Okay, so we can't kill our stuff here. That's really good for us. That's really good. So I think we will apply a lock here. And then we could Illusionist. Yennefer Illusionist, that is. But we also like to get this out of 1 Waylay range, but he doesn't have 1 Waylay. Let's go with this.
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
You want round control so we can lock out his leader charges. Okay, that's good. That is good. Let's apply a poison here. And we'll just use the servant to apply a bunch of this to something else.
I am the devoted service.
Could have moved that Doomed to Vanadane, but I want to get an extra point because it looked nice on the board. Now, really, we want our Heat Wave. This is not a hand to push with, if we're going to be honest. We have triple Illusionists, and we can set up carryover. We were definitely playing Mushy Truffle. Now, ideally, he saves these charges to round 3. We could also use our Lockdown to Pressure here. The problem with using Lockdown to Pressure is he has the Sim Loss combo, and we don't have anything that's good enough to stop that. Like, we're going to lose the round once he Sim Losses. And then we don't have our leader, and he's got 3 charges round 3. Which is not ideal. He's thinking about that too. Like, he knows that. Squirrel. Not a big deal for us here.
Watch close.
Just apply some Illusionist value. Then we're going to thin with the Blightmaker. Ideally, we force out the Sim Loss, but it's going to be pretty unlikely.
Coexistence, no such thing.
It is pretty unlikely we do that.
For the Empire I endure.
The problem is Sim Loss is a fantastic short round card. Then again, we do have Masquerade Ball still. Oh, he's going to play her. We can get a point on this transform, so we'll do that. Go with our Blightmaker here. Little zap. Invocationing the Vernaciel, by the way, is actually not a bad idea. It's a decent card, plays for 11. There's a Waylay, so Sim Loss is less good. I think we'll just take this Vernaciel. It does make our deck a little less likely to get Masquerade Ball. We've got 11 cards in it, so we're not that likely to get the Masquerade Ball and the 2 Aristocrats anyway. So Purifying. We could spawn our 2 Operatives now. That would get us to 24. We could play this. The thing with the Triangle then Triangle only plays for 6. Because the best way to do is hit this. So that gives us +6. That puts us at 24. And then we can use this for another 6. That puts us at 30. And this puts us to 36. That should be enough to force him. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be enough to force him to Sim Loss. Isengrim wouldn't be enough. So we're going to do that. +6. Spawn our Operatives. Do have room for both. And we'll click this. And he needs 14, so we should have to Sim Loss. Oh, he has the Elf Scenario. We got rid of that. That's good, too. And free company. Oh, he was so greedy. He was so greedy, we almost punished him. Oh, didn't work. Real close, though. It was really close to being a punish. Well, at least we have Vernaciel here. Okay, this poison's not really great by itself. Okay, this is not great.
May your sword and arm be one.
We're probably gonna do offensive Triss.
Few vultures dare venture
Sim loss is
upon
the problem,
wood.
obviously.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
The problem, okay, here's the question. Does he have sim loss? He does no Ownermancy, and he'll hit a 15 card deck and no Ownermancy. It's very unlikely. It's like a 30% chance he actually has the sim loss. So we'll just play our Vernaciel here. If he drew it, and the game's over, but it's not that likely he did. He didn't have Ownermancy or anything to come back to his hand. Yeah, there's just a Waylay. So we are going to win this. Since we're winning, that means it's good, by the way. That's definitely how this works. There we go. GG. A second win here. Lockdown doing its thing. Vampires. Probably Renfri vampires. That actually isn't terrible. I think we can handle this. If we have like our Felipe and a bunch of poisons. Problem with Felipe is he's going to run lock. Okay, we've got 2 illusionists. These. Okay, here's the thing. We can put out bleeding with hunters. And maybe make Necrots. So we could potentially try and use illusionists to get a bunch of flutters of our own. Which wouldn't be bad. Now this is good with poison lock, which we do have. But I think we'll put back this. We'll put back this poison. Okay, this hand is very, very bronze heavy. But they're good bronzes. They are good bronzes. We'll just open the Blightmaker here. We're going to miss out on the 2 damage. That's fine. Worth mentioning, by the way, you can Blightmaker... It's not Blightmaker. Neither is that. You can Blightmaker to get a mage if you want your Triss or your Yennefer to the top of your deck. It's an option here. Now, this guy's annoying, but we have a collar, so it's not that big a deal. We will use that collar here. And then I think we want to kill this. Yeah, I think we want to kill this.
I bring death.
It gives us a nice setup if we do end up having to illusionist this round, so making sure we can get this thing dead might actually be really valuable for us. Problem with Lockdown here is once he replaces his leader with Renfri, I'm pretty sure that it just doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't do anything. But then again, it might not be Renfri vampires. But you never know. He also might just lose connection here. He is actually in a bad spot, by the way. Like, we can Necrot, make a bunch of Necrots. We actually have Heatwave as well. If we get Last Say, we can do that with Regis. And actually, he might have recognized that he's going to lose this. There's a high chance he loses this game. Our setup is really good. Come on, guy. We're playing Lockdown. The least you could do is actually forfeit. Guess not. Guess not. Going up against Pincer Maneuver. Hopefully we go first. We can shut down his setup. That would be nice. We are going first. This is a good use of Lockdown. It's a very nice use of Lockdown here. We've got... This is nice. This is nice. I kind of wish we had a Van Morlhelm Servant, though. We got Poison. We got this. Honestly, we don't know if we need Illusionist quite yet. Aristocrat, Aristocrat, Aristocrat. Okay, let's go with this. We're just going to lock down his setup and then try and win the round. That seems like the play. Just make sure whatever he wants. If it's Leticia mages, make sure he can't do it. And just make sure we got all this set up here. Let's go to Blightmaker.
A fine
He probably wanted Donmir of Troy here. I'm not sure if this is Blue Stripes, Renfri Commandos type stuff, or if it's just Leticia Mages. Usually those are the ones that are on Pincer Maneuver. There's an Envoy. We're going to lock that. That might be worth killing, honestly. So we can Illusionist coming up. It's not a bad bronze. I don't think we really need to worry, though. We'll just go with the Servant. Now we have the setup for Felipe if we want to do it. We can go Hunting Pack as well. So Hunting Pack, Blightmaker, Thinning's pretty good. Giving Doomed to the Mage students is nice as well. I'm not sure if he's running that. But I'm guessing this guy's going to pass on 7. So this is going to be Renfri stuff, it looks like. Probably Renfri's gang spam. Triss is really good versus that. Offensive Triss. So we will go with our... Let's go Hunting Pack first here. A little more thinning. There's the Operator for the Renfri's gang. There he is. Okay, so here's the thing. We can just give all of his stuff Doomed. So we're going to just give these things Doomed. Hopefully he enjoys the present of having everything be Doomed. He's going to pass. There's no way he keeps playing if we Doomed his stuff. There's a 0% chance he keeps playing here. Okay, I have no idea. He decided to. I mean, we'll just collar this guy, I guess. Let's give it Doomed first, though. Doomed. Collar. Blightmaker for thinning. Could even kill Fultus. Not likely. The issue here is, though, I'd really like to Illusionist back these Renfri's gangs, but we do want to Doomed them. There's a Peller. He's getting more in his deck, which is a problem. That is, in fact, a problem. We can just lock it again, though, so we'll go melee, we'll go poison, we'll go lock, and we can, I don't know, we'll play this next. We don't want to play, okay, he's going to pass. Okay, so he does now have two extras of these, right? He doesn't have his setup, so it means he did Operator. Operator's really good round 1 for this, so it means you have one in your hand. Now we've got 2 Aristocrats. We could pressure with Ball or kill long round 3. I think long round 3 is a better shot. Servant's interesting, but we'll put it back. I think long round 3 is a better shot for us. He might summon them out in Pavetta. He might. But he shouldn't have all the great setup he wants. And we do have the Triss finisher. He probably has... He might have Triss of his own, but Triss is expensive to fit in these decks. And we want to get our, like, removal cards here. One of our removal cards in Yennefer. See, he can't do it. He doesn't have the setup. We just shut him down. Going against Frost. Okay, Frost is a deck where our leader doesn't have too much impact. Renfri Frost is a thing, by the way. I'm not sure why it's a thing, because you can't play Ardgaith or Red Riders or stuff like that, but I've seen it. So that's a little weird. Okay, those are obviously 2 cards we're putting back. So we could also leader this round to make sure we don't get pressured. Or we could use our leader to pressure him. We have a hand capable of putting on pressure. We've got Felipe. Okay, so it's not Renfri. Do we apply pressure? This is really good for our illusionist, by the way. We don't have a good opening card. We're going to lock down him. We're going to play Felipe. We're going to apply pressure, hopefully, this way. If he doesn't have the Frost, it should be pretty hard for him to kill this. We know he has Devotion, so Toad Prince is probably his removal option and Frost damage. So this might be difficult for him to get rid of. And we also can't really play a poison or anything right here. Okay, he's setting up the Toad Prince. So that didn't really accomplish that much, did it? Worth going for, though. We can go with some servant stuff, hopefully. Hopefully here. Let's go... By the way, he doesn't get the passive 1 point here either, which is really helpful for this push. I think we will go with a lock. Oops, we want to do the Doomed first. That way we actually get the 2 statuses. Then we can go Poison, and we can go Boom Boom. Hopefully he can't kill our Felipe. He probably can, but you never know. Without the Frost out, it might be harder. Problem with this is we have to play him ranged, so we can't like block a Frost. Here's Ardgith.
When the water first comes, the world will at last be cleansed.
Would really like to have a Poison out before we start moving with this, but I don't think we have the time. So instead, we will just move this over here.
I'm delighted to hear it.
Our Triss, our goal here is like to have set this. Wow, can't talk. To set this up so that Triss kind of gets us a round win, but he's not playing in a manner conducive to that. Let's give this a poison, I suppose. We are quite a bit behind on points here, but we still have 2 more cards if we want to go to a long round 3. Spear Tip. We could Spear Tip. So it's gonna. We play a card. This ticks down to 1. We pass. It goes to him. He passes. I want to Heat Wave it once it's big, but I don't think we can. We could move the stuff with Servant. Servant gets up to 7 then, so it's a 7-point play. We're at 11. We can poison this for another 11. That's not enough to win the round, though. I think we have to give him the round. We need our Felipe to stick. I thought we might be able to get it too if we locked him out. Turns out it's not the case. It's worth a try, though. Well, we definitely don't want 2 hunting packs. Got a lot of bronzes in our deck. Unfortunately, the setup of them is not what we want. We want the Illusionists, and we want the Masquerade Ball Unification, but that's not what we have. Okay, that's a decent Heat Wave target. Actually, really good Heat Wave target. It's the best one we're going to get. And if we don't play a unit, it means you can't get Frost value. Hunting Pack's a little awkward here because we don't have a great way to give him a status. But if he plays another one of these guys, for example, we can trigger it. So we go Naglfar. He's going to commit to this round then. We're going to have to do... Okay, we can Hunting Pack now. So that's nice. Bit of tempo. He can move in Ardgaith. We're going to have trouble keeping up. We are going to have trouble keeping up. We have Yennefer. We're only going to spawn one, potentially two things with this. I'm guessing Ardgaith comes down, by the way. Either that or like a crew in melee. Or Eridan. Eridan. Pretty sure we just triangle and a triangle him. Let's get rid of that threat. Just make it so that his removal cards and his frost value is limited. Doing an Oberon. I think we have the Yennefer Illusionist here. I'm not the biggest fan, but I think it is the right play. Remember, he still has Ardgaith. So we could potentially kill our Yennefer here with the Ardgaith and the Phantom Order. Or just his leader ability into Phantom Order, which is why I don't like it, but we don't have many choices here. So yeah, this is what's going to happen. He's committing a lot of provisions, by the way. He's committing quite a bit. Our issue is we don't have really great setup for anything. Two cards. I think we're going to Mushy Truffle. We pick on El Conqueror because Triss makes it's better with Triss. We could have gone Blightmaker there, but I don't want something summoning randomly to this Frost row. I want to deny him the Frost value. I want him to make him work for the Frost points.
The ship, a fine vintage it would have made.
Do we want to use our Truffle here? I think we do. So I want to make sure this Conqueror stays alive. It would have been nice if this went melee. We're struggling for points here. We could potentially threaten a poison with Cupbearer. Okay. So we're down 12. We get +2, 3, 4, 8. +3 is 11. That's not enough. We're going to have to play 2 cards. If this went melee, we'd still have to play 2 cards. Let's see, how do we do this? I think we want to hold Thirsty Dame because we have a scenario somewhere. I think we do want to hold Thirsty Dame. We need to get our scenario. We've thinned a fair bit. We still have 10 cards, though. So, we'd really like scenario. I think it's our only win condition. But I'm not sure we're going to get it. I could not ask for a better hand than this. So we're going to keep it. We know he has no Heat Wave. This round 3 is pretty standard. But hopefully it's good enough. Hopefully it's good enough. He has Oberon. He's got no leaders. He's used a lot of his golds. We'll see if this is good enough. I'm curious. Okay, that's really not the greatest thing to poison. But we're going to start playing our poison guys anyway.
Oh dear. Have I something in my teeth?
Do we want to try and get these guys to live? And we do have an invocation for another removal option. Thing is, I'm not sure. He's like an Ozrael, right? Which is the big card. But he shouldn't have that many other things that are tall, which is kind of problematic because we want Invocation something tall. He's going to consume. That's really bad for us. That is very bad indeed.
A superb specimen. Truly.
It also means he has the other crones. Crones are really good. Yeah, he's going to win this, but GG. It's like 2 crones here, probably. Or Ozrael crone. It's 1 crone. And the second crone. There she is. GG. Having the consume got him this game. We actually had a good spot unless he did that.
You best yield now.
Nature's Gift should be interesting at least. The problem is they have a lot of purifies. And we're running a poison and a status-based deck. So that's not great. We're going first. This lock doesn't do anything. It does is poison. Like, we need multiples of one of them. Or multiple poisons sparing multiple locks. So soon we're going to play this. It's going to Nature Rebuked. He doesn't have a token, and we're going to hit it with this. Or play this. That's probably the way we do this.
A superb specimen. Truly.
Okay, that guy has to be locked, and we have to kill him. So we want a Blank Maker Zap then. Going for a 50-50 on this. Hit this. Okay, that's really bad. But we don't have another option. Unless we're going to Heat Wave him, and I'm not going to do that. Maybe I will. When he purifies this, maybe we Heat Wave it. He's trying to set up for the Vitality on it when he does the Purify. We could Yen then. Kill it now. Then we don't have synergies with her. So it might be a waste. If we don't kill it, it's bad though. And if he purifies it, we can then poison, but he'll probably purify again. But then it gets really tall. Let's just do this. He's gonna play the Dryad's Crest now. He's been waiting to do it. Now we poison. Yeah, now we poison.
Feeling a bit peckish.
He's gonna have to purify again, and then the tall removal gets pretty good.
As you command, Lady of the Wood.
He has to purify again. Now our tall removal is pretty good. Our issue is we don't have anything for Illusionist, and these cards we don't really want to play.
We must banish her. I see no other paths.
Is he playing Orbs? If he's playing Orbs, is that really bad for us? It probably is. Can we do anything about it? Not really. Guess we give him the round. Here comes Orb. Oh no, it's no orbs. We couldn't keep up with this anyway, though. The nice thing about Phyrexian is that it kind of can give us a couple points on Illusionist if something lives. But really, I don't think we want to be keeping it. Maybe we do keep him. What else would we draw? No, I don't think we do. Get out of here. Masquerade Ball with no aristocrats. Would love to see that. Oh, this is an awkward hand. We're gonna have to commit heavily up front. Okay, no, we don't have to. Since he passed, we can pick what we want on top of our deck. I think we want this. We're gonna lock this round immediately. It's gonna deny him so much symbiosis value. So that's really good. We're gonna get some lockdown value. And as far as our hand's looking, the only thing we don't want to draw is a Mage Assassin. But the rest of this looks pretty good. We got a lock here. He's played Dryad's Crest once. Honestly, the Servant's probably useful in this round. 2 aristocrats, that's the right number. Is there something better than the Servant? I kind of like this. Kind of like it. Our issue this round is going to be, most likely, we're going to lock down right away first before we forget, is that if he heat waves this, it's bad. That's our biggest concern. This should deny a whole bunch of value, the lockdown. Ethne time it is. Okay, so we'll start zapping her with our Yennefer Illusionist. The problem with an Illusionist, I think we have to play Truffle before Illusionist to dodge the killing blow on Nature's Rebuke. And we can actually use Golden Froth with this thing. So that's really good if he doesn't stop it. And he should know that we have that choice. I mean, Illusionist is pretty good here, and then we get the Golden Froth trigger. We could also go for a second Golden Froth by playing this Illusionist, but then this is going to kill this. So it's like the same thing. We'll just go with Illusionist here. This should present him a lot of problems. Not least of which is that this is a lot of value. We're up by 30. I don't want to make Yen too tall. So we didn't double boost her there with the Froths. Could have, but I don't think it was worth it.
Though trees live longer than humans, they need protection from them.
Without the leader charges, those things are pretty poor. We can kill it. I think we'll just kill it. We'll play another Illusionist. And we will get one of these guys. We can actually double up on... Oh, no, that's a gold card. Let's go Guardian here. Zap that thing down. And we should have a lot of control here. Lockdowning his leader is actually really, really good in this scenario. He's going to get a ton of value here. Like, Lockdown has niche situations like this, where by just locking down the Nature's Gift, he can't give Vitality to Hamadryads. He can't spawn all those extra Symbiosis points. It really is brutal. The problem is, this is a really niche scenario. You can only do it in one round, and it doesn't do a lot against most decks.
Lady Ethne won't let us talk to strangers.
No Veil on that means that this is pretty good. Zap. And we're coming in here with a lot of value. Don't get me wrong, it probably still has good cards left. Making that taller is really not going to help very much, because we can just kill it instantly. Go lock. It's got 2 statuses now. Drop this. kill off the token. We poison, and he can't get any more value off his leader. Like, we shut down the Symbiosis pretty hard. We're up by 53, and we have a ton of control set up. He's trying, but it's sadly for him just not going to be enough. Just not enough. We can't spawn anything anymore, which is unfortunate, but I think we'll just hit this with a triangle and a triangle. Actually, we can just hit it with this. Let's just hit it with a triangle. No reason to let him have it. He's just going to boost it if we let it live. There's the rebuke. He's getting the little token guy. Give that a lock. He's actually been quite annoying by removing stuff in this row, so our Triss is worse. This dies, right? It's going to hit. This is a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 point boost in this row. This is a 2, 4, 6, 9 boost. Okay, we'll just still do it melee. I guess we just play this melee and just click. Doesn't do anything. This is a perfect example of when lockdown is good. When they need a leader for a certain round, you can get a lot of value by blocking it. It's just this situation's pretty rare, and we're gonna heat wave that as well, by the way. No reason to let him have that either. And he's gonna play a gourd, but this is gourd, and then what's this? It's not enough points. The lockdown's just denied him too many things. And we actually had really good value in our other cards too. It's not just lockdown here, but lockdown's pretty key to this round. He's gonna sim loss what, like one bountiful harvest. He's in a gourd, but it's nowhere near enough. If it's Yurden, we've got 10, 17 in this row. We have too much base power if it's Yurden anyway. You don't have to worry about that. He's gonna kill this. He did not kill that. Alright, so we'll just poison here. We'll go Triss. Nice big boost, and we'll see our lockdown get another win here. And even if this is Yurden, we have too much base power, so it doesn't matter. Nothing here wins. It's in his gourd anyway. Yeah, win by 43. GG. So what do I think about the deck? It's actually, I'll be honest, this deck would be infinitely better in any other leader ability. But we can make lockdown work with something like this. When you've got very good power cards like Ball, Yennefer, Triss, you can make stuff work like this. It's just, there's not much to say here, guys. Like, you can win with lockdown. You can win with lockdown. We've got what? I played some games before recording this, and I think we're still around 2440-ish MMR. Like, MMR didn't actually drop very much. Just kind of weird, but we had like a 50% win rate, including all the games when I was testing out different stuff to make this deck. Like when I was trying out False Siri, I did that. I tried a version without the Masquerade Ball. I tried a bunch of stuff out, and this is the one I ended up on, and then I started playing it and recording the video. So overall, the video we had more than 50% win rate, but overall it's about 50%, and I'm kind of surprised. I thought this would be like a 10% win rate deck, but you know, I guess some cards are good enough. If you know what the opponent's doing, if you know what the opponent's plan is, lockdown can interfere with it quite a bit. So that's the good thing going for it. I just wish there's a couple things I wish with lockdown. One, I wish these operatives were either more points or you got a third one. That's one thing, because I'd like to be able to do some kind of operative thing with Usurper. I think that is it would be kind of neat if you had more ways to make these operatives, and then you could use False Siri, make like an operative agent deck. I really wish that was a thing, but maybe next card set will be an operative-based stuff. That would be kind of cool. The other thing with lockdown is, why is it 14 provisions? It's pretty low for an ability that's pretty bad. I don't know. But overall, yeah, the deck, if you want to play this deck, if you want to play Lockdown, you can win games. Like, if you need to finish the Lockdown contract or whatever, this is an option you have. But it's not the best thing. And if you're going to actually play it, this Triangle Within a Triangle slot is the flex slot. Any 8 provision card will do. Bribery is a really nice one, honestly, because it helps you with your Triss. It helps you maybe get like a, or with your Yennefer, it can like take the opponent's Triss if you're playing the Renfri match, which is really good, but up to you. Overall, though, I actually had fun playing this. I do like Lockdown. I just think it's really bad. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.